A very old story tells us about coffee. It comes from a land called Ethiopia. This land is in Africa. The story is about a young man. His name was Kaldi. Kaldi was a goat herd. He watched his goats every day. He took them to find food. He made sure they were safe. This was his job in the green hills. One sunny afternoon, Kaldi saw something new. His goats were eating small red berries. These berries grew on a bush. Kaldi had not seen this bush before. After eating the berries, the goats became very lively. They started to jump and dance. They had so much energy. Kaldi was very surprised to see them act this way. He wondered what made them so playful. Kaldi became very curious about these red berries. He thought, if they make my goats dance, what will they do to me? So he decided to try them himself. He picked a few berries from the bush. He tasted them. Soon Kaldi felt full of energy too. He felt happy and awake. He had never felt like this before. He knew these berries were special. Kaldi wanted to share his discovery. He took some berries to a wise man. This wise man lived in a monastery nearby. At first, the monk did not like the berries. He thought they were bad. He threw them into a fire. But then a wonderful smell came from the fire. The roasting berries smelled so good. The monks decided to try them. They crushed the roasted beans and mixed them with hot water. This was perhaps the first cup of coffee. The story of Kaldi is a legend, but we know coffee first grew in Ethiopia. The region where it grew was called Kaffa. This might be where coffee got its name. People in Ethiopia used coffee for a long time. They knew about its power to give energy. They found different ways to use the coffee plant. It was an important plant for them. This was many, many years ago, long before it spread. At first, people did not drink coffee like we do. They would chew the coffee cherries. Sometimes they mixed the crushed beans with animal fat. They made little balls of this mixture. These balls gave them energy for long journeys. Or they would make a kind of wine from the pulp of the coffee cherry. Later, people learned to roast the beans. Then they ground them and brewed them with water. This made a hot, dark drink. From Ethiopia, coffee traveled across the Red Sea. It went to Yemen, a country in the Arabian Peninsula. This happened around the 15th century. In Yemen, people started to grow coffee plants. The port city of Mocha in Yemen became very famous. It was a big center for coffee trade. For a long time, all coffee came from this area. The Arab people kept the secret of growing coffee. They did not want others to grow it. Soon, coffee became very popular in the Arab world. People loved this new drink. They opened special places to drink coffee. These places were called Cave Kone. These were the first coffee houses. Men would go there to drink coffee. They would also talk, play games like chess and listen to music. Coffee houses became important social places. People shared news and ideas there. They were like today's cafes. People from Europe traveled to the Middle East. They saw people drinking this dark, hot liquid. They heard about its special effects. It made people feel awake and alert. Some travelers tried coffee and liked it. They brought stories about coffee back to Europe. They also brought some coffee beans. This was around the 1600s. Coffee was new and strange to Europeans. Many were curious to try it. When coffee first arrived in Europe, not everyone liked it. Some people were suspicious of this new drink. It came from a different culture. It had a strong, bitter taste. Some religious leaders in Europe called it a bitter invention of Satan. They wanted to ban it. They thought it was not good for Christian people to drink. There was much discussion about whether coffee was good or bad. It took time for people to accept it. The story says that Pope Clement VIII helped coffee. He was asked to decide if coffee was bad. Before deciding, he wanted to taste it himself. He tried a cup of coffee. He liked it very much. He said it was so delicious. He joked that it should be baptized to make it a Christian drink. After the Pope approved it, more people started to drink coffee. This helped coffee become popular across Europe. Coffee houses started to open in big European cities. Venice in Italy had one of the first around 1645. Then London and Paris got coffee houses. These places became very popular, like in the Arab world. People went there to drink coffee. They also went to meet friends, do business, and discuss ideas. Some famous businesses, like Lloyd's of London, started in coffee houses. Coffee houses were important for learning and trade. They were centres of city life. European countries started to grow coffee in other parts of the world. They had colonies in warm places. These places were good for growing coffee plants, so they took coffee plants to Central and South America. They took them to the Caribbean islands. They also took them to Asia. This is how coffee spread all around the globe. Brazil is now the biggest coffee grower in the world. Many countries grow coffee today. Coffee plants need a special climate to grow well. They like warm weather and enough rain. The main coffee growing regions are between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. This area is called the coffee belt. There are two main types of coffee beans. One is called Arabica. It has a mild flavor and is very popular. The other is called Robusta. It has a stronger, more bitter taste and more caffeine. Most coffee we drink is from these two types. Today, people all over the world drink coffee, and they drink it in many different ways. In Italy, people love strong espresso. In America, many drink drip coffee with milk and sugar. In France, they have café au lait for breakfast. In Turkey, coffee is thick and strong. There are lattes, cappuccinos, iced coffees, and many more. Each culture has its own special way to enjoy coffee. It shows how coffee has adapted to different tastes. Coffee is a very important drink in our lives. For many, it is how they start their day. It helps people feel awake and ready for work or study. It is also a social drink. People meet for coffee with friends or colleagues. Coffee shops are everywhere. The journey of coffee is amazing. It started as a simple berry in Ethiopia. Now it is loved by millions of people around the world. It connects people and cultures every day. If you found this helpful, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe.